So there has been some really big news in regards to video games over the last 24 hours, and not just new games coming out. Big games that already exist are improvising and building on what they already have to make their games and their players more happy and play better. And this is a really big thing when it comes to Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a franchise where a new game is released every single year, yet they also have this live service model of Warzone that is going on at the same time, something that they need to improve and make better constantly to keep their players playing and keep them happy. But with the news over the past day or so, things are not looking so hot when it comes to Warzone 2. And I wanted to make a video discussing what went on yesterday and then what it means for Warzone 2 moving forward. There's a lot here to break down, a lot here to talk about, and there's also a lot of opinion here. So this is one of those videos where I'm going to ask you guys to let me know what you think as we go through it as well. Does this mean the death of Warzone 2, or does this mean Activision just has to pull up their boots and make some big changes to the game? Let me know what you think down in the comments, but before we dive into that, let me tell you about today's video sponsor. So today's video is sponsored by partner of the channel and something I use every day, the Ridge wallet. They are currently doing their 10th anniversary sale, and as far as this sale goes, it's one of the best ones I've seen. You can get up to 40% off, and all you have to do is use my link down in the description, which is ridge.com/ink, and you can get up to 40% off your order. Like I said, it's one of the best deals I've ever seen them do, so it's an amazing time to get this. Now, if you don't know what the Ridge wallet is, essentially it is a small, sleek, compact wallet that fits easily in your pocket. It's easy to use. You push down on the bottom, your cards pop up the top. On top of that, this wallet is RFID blocking. It has a lifetime warranty, and it comes in a bunch of unique styles and colors, so you can find something that'll match your personality perfectly. The other thing that I use every single day is the Ridge key case. It works very similarly. It keeps all your keys in one place. You push down and boom, they pop up the top. Again, just another way to keep everything compact and all in one place so you don't have bulky pockets walking around the town. And as I mentioned, with the deal that they're running right now, you can get up to 40% off. You don't have to do anything. All you got to do is click the link down in the description, go over there. So if you've ever heard one of their ads on the channel and thought about getting one, now is one of the best opportunities you are going to get. And this deal only goes on until the 26th. So get it while the deal is going on. Thank you, Ridge, for sponsoring the video. So the two big things that happened yesterday is, first of all, Counter-Strike announced that Counter-Strike 2 is a thing and it's coming out this summer. On top of that, they announced what they're doing with it, and they're basically just taking Counter-Strike Go and what they already have and vastly improving on it. The graphics are improved, the way the game plays, the tick rates, the smoke grenades is all working newly, and it's supposed to work very good, and I must say, it looks amazing. So that's coming out this summer. A lot of players and a lot of shooter players are going to be hopping over to that because, well, it's one of the biggest games in the world and they're improving on it vastly, making it better and making their players happy. The second thing, and I think this one is absolutely insane, is Fortnite, another one of the biggest games in the world, came out and said Creative 2.0 is a thing. It is out. You can use it and it looks amazing. It's on the Unreal Engine, and wow, this thing is just shockingly good looking. And the things that they showed off with it are crazy. They even showed off Rust, the map from Modern Warfare 2 originally, within Fortnite, where you can play domination on it like you were playing Call of Duty. Now, I want to be clear when we're talking about this, both of these aren't new games coming out. They are not new IPs. They are not the Call of Duty killer. They are taking something that already exists and vastly improving on it and making it better. Better for the players. Happier players equals more players. So essentially, these are the same games that already exist. They are just adding to them and making them better. The problem we have with Warzone and Call of Duty is that every single year a new game is coming out, and every single year the wheel is getting reinvented. Yes, it's still Call of Duty, it still plays on the same engine, but every year they're improving the graphics, adding a new campaign, readjusting and changing the multiplayer, the way mini-maps work. It is new every single year, and they are making literally billions off of that model. The problem is you lose players every single year, new players hop in, and it is not the same game whatsoever. They're not refining and making it perfect. Now, that's with the base Call of Duty game. There's also this thing called Warzone. You may have heard of it. Warzone 2 is currently out. This is a game that essentially has a live service model. It comes out, it is free to play, and they're constantly updating, adjusting, making changes to it. And that is the biggest thing in Call of Duty when it comes to that. And that is why in this video, we are going to be comparing it to the Fortnite and the Counter-Strike 2 that we just saw. With Warzone, that is the game that is constantly getting updated, changes, new maps are being added to it, new weapons, things like that. I think the big problem is when Warzone 2 was released, it was almost a step back for Warzone, and ever since then they were kind of trying to catch up to where Warzone 1 was. Now, I'm not going to say by any means that I think Warzone 2 is a bad game. I think it plays pretty well. I like the maps. I like the way things are integrated with it. The problem is it's just not getting updated fast enough. When we look back at Fortnite, new things were coming out in Fortnite every single week. Even if it was as small as just new challenges that you could do in game to complete things, it was something new every single week. Whereas in the current model that Call of Duty is presenting, it is not new things every single week. It is new things maybe once a month, maybe if it's not delayed. And what that causes is players to hop on with a huge influx like we just saw with Season 2 Reloaded. And even with Season 2 adding a Sheikah Island in the Resurgence map, the players go way up, and then nothing happens and everyone drops off. And if they mess up one of those releases, if Season 3 comes out and it is a big flop, they just lose more and more players. It's not as consistent as models that we saw. Now, I'm not saying it's the right model. That's what Fortnite did. However, you look at Counter-Strike, it is a game that really hasn't received that many updates. Players are playing the same maps that they played 20 years ago, but they are so confident in that formula that they're just like, we're going to rebuild everything. It's essentially going to be the same game, but we're going to rebuild it so well that our players enjoy it that much more. It's two completely different models, but the one thing that they are doing is they are taking what is already good, what players already love, and just improving on that. Something Call of Duty has never done, because every single year there is a brand new game. Now, does this mean Warzone 2 and Call of Duty is dead? No, absolutely not. Call of Duty is Call of Duty. They've taken on huge fish with Battlefield, with Halo. All of these times that these games have come out, people have been like, this is the Call of Duty killer. Call of Duty is over. No one cares about Call of Duty. And then a new Call of Duty comes out, everyone's back on it. But I think what they really need to focus on is just improving what they already have. There is amazing things in Modern Warfare 2, in Warzone 2, and some things they are improving on, adding more camos into the game like they did with the recent challenge. I think that's a really good thing. Gets people back and playing multiplayer once again. They are also constantly patching bugs, fixing things like that. But I just don't think it's fast enough. And that's hard. Like, do you hire more people, or what exactly is the fix to that? Now, what I saw a lot of people saying yesterday is if Warzone 2 ranked comes out and it is not perfect immediately, Warzone 2 is done. Now, I don't think that's the case, but I do believe that Warzone 2 ranked needs to be really good. It needs to be something that gets players playing every single day, getting their rank up, coming back, playing more. Because if we look at Warzone 2 right now, what is the point of playing over and over again? Think about it for a second. If you get a win, what does it mean? You get to brag. You get to say, hey, I got 3 wins today. Okay. Now, leaderboards can add to that and make it so that you can show off how many wins you have, but what's the point of getting 1,000 wins? Nothing really. There should be some sort of reward system, and that's probably what they're going to try to do with the ranked play, which is good. But I still think even in casual play, there should be something in there that incentivizes coming back and playing more. And they did stuff like that in Warzone 1 with the intel challenges. You could go into Warzone and complete challenges, find intel across the map, and it would give you lore. It would give you in-game items. It would give you things that you actually wanted. That needs to be something that is happening weekly, bi-weekly within the game, keeping players playing. There's also other really good things. I think a lot of things in DMZ are really good, but as far as that replayability goes, updates, changes, things like that, it just isn't happening fast enough. And the changes that we are getting are mainly fixing bugs and problems people are having with the game, not adding new content, not adding replayability. Now, does this mean if they do those things, it is going to fix, change, and completely revamp Warzone? No. And that's where you guys come in. I want to hear what you guys think. Is there a way, something that could bring you back, make you play Warzone over and over again? What are those things? What are the things that actually need to be changed in game for you to enjoy it more? It's an interesting question. You got to remember, when Warzone 1 came out, it was at a time where there was a pandemic. Literally everyone was stuck at home with nothing to do. Activision just happened to release this game, which was something that everyone wanted, and everyone was playing it because there was nothing else to do. Now that there is new games coming out, updated games coming out, and people aren't stuck at home, people just aren't playing as much. So what can they do to bring you into the game and have you enjoy it more? That is my question for you today. It's an interesting one, and I don't really have an answer for it. I gave you some ideas throughout the video, but I'm just curious at this point to hear what you guys have to say. But if you enjoy these type of videos, a more ranty style video, hit that like button. If you like what you see, want to stay up to date on it, make sure you subscribe, turn notifications on. I appreciate you guys watching the videos, and until next time, peace out.
We are